Okay. Hi, good evening, everybody. So today is reading session 5, and I'm gonna be the moderator for the day. And yeah, ma'am, Annapurna ma'am will be taking the session. All right. Now we're gonna begin the session. Please keep these instructions in mind. Make sure you have a stable internet connection and noise-free environment. And we recommend you to use the earphones for the best experience. All right, and please do not write anything inappropriate in the chat box, and be respectful towards your instructor, your classmates, and yourself. Okay, moving forward, we have these three memberships: bronze, silver, and gold. You obviously know as to what is there in these memberships. If you go for the one, if you register on the Ubergrad website, then you get a bronze membership and you get a 4-week IELTS course, one AI vetted mock test, usual university recommendation, free profile evaluation, counselor support. Okay. If you want access to more mock tests and sectional tests and you should free university recommendation and smart application tracking, go for the silver membership, guys. And as for the gold membership, if you want one-on-one 20 hours IELTS coaching with the trainer, expert university recommendation, and dedicated counselor for entire application process, that is SOP, LOR, and visa, then you should go for the gold membership. Am I? So if you want to upgrade or know about the memberships, just drop in your details in the chat box. My team will contact you. We have this free profile evaluation that is done by our experts, guys. Okay, and in this you get university shortlisting, course recommendation, country recommendation, and a recommendations report is given you. Personalized report is made for you and given to you at the end of the profile evaluation, and all of the doubt clearance is done from shortlisting to applications and scholarships. Everything is done for you guys, and so you can register or book a slot for this from our website itself. All right. Free GRE live classes goes on from 8:30 to 9:30, Monday to Friday, online classes, and it's a 2-month course. And free live Duolingo classes goes on from Monday to Friday, 6:30 to 7:30, online classes, and it's a 2-week course. You can enroll for these classes as well from our website itself. Okay, guys. Moving forward, we have this Ubergrad webinar that is going to take place on Saturday. That is going to be taken by our co-founder, Mr. Jaideep Gurujala. Okay, it will be from 7 to 8 today. Sorry, on Saturday. And the topic for the webinar will be Fund Your Masters Abroad Education Loans. Okay, so do attend the webinar. It's going to be a very informative webinar, guys. So do attend it and register for the webinar from the link in the chat box. Okay, guys. So I've come up with a very nice offer for you all. What is this? We are offering you the gold membership for just 499 rupees. All right. I think that's a very sick deal. All right. In this, you can get live IELTS classes coaching, live GRE classes coaching, university selection and application, SOP, LOR, and writing services, visa support, and loan support. All of this will be given to you in just rupees 500. You won't be given one-on-one IELTS coaching with the trainer, but you will be given all of the facilities that are listed over here in the gold membership, that too in just for 499. All right. And if you see that other consultants take around 50K and more than that for these many services, so we're just providing it for 500. All right. So guys, do if you want to know more about this, and if you want this membership, gold membership for all of this, then you can just drop in your details in the chat box and my team will contact you. Okay, I think it's a steal deal. Okay, and you can surely get the gold membership for 500. It's worth it because you're getting a lot of facilities over here in just rupees 499. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to know about this more, then my team will contact you. Just drop in your details in the chat box, guys. All right. Do avail application fee waivers and many more elite features along with expert counseling. Reach us now, guys. Okay, and these are a few reviews that we've gotten. This is the homepage of ubergrad.com. Go to solutions, go to free profile evaluation for go to free profile evaluation. For booking your slot, go to talk to counselor for booking your slot. You can go to store and enroll in all of the free courses. Additional services are listed over here. You can check out the various services provided by us. And the blogs, guys, there are a lot of blogs that we uploaded, so you can check them out. All right. How can you get, ma'am? Okay. Abhishek, Jad, if you can just drop in your details in the chat box. Guys, whoever is interested, just drop in your contact number and your mail ID in the chat box. Okay. And my team will contact you. Don't worry. All right. Just drop in your details in the chat box and my team will contact you. Go here on your name, go to My Test Preparation, go to IELTS Comprehensive Live Classes course, click on View Course. You land upon this page. Yesterday's recording and readings, all classes recordings. Today is the last session for reading. All of the readings classes recordings are uploaded, guys. You can check out. Okay, check them all out. And today's handout is uploaded as well. And today's recording will be uploaded by tomorrow morning. So you can check that out as well. And I'm just pasting today's handout link in the chat box. Guys, you can just drop in your Abhishek and Prashant. Just drop in your details in the chat box, guys. All right. And my team will contact you. Don't worry. Okay, guys, if you have any queries, you can ask the moderator at the end of the session. Right now, I'll just hand over the session to ma'am. Okay, I hope you guys have a great session. Ma'am, yeah,
Hi,
you can take over the
Supriya.
session. Good good evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening. Yeah, thank you. Hi, guys. Good evening. I hope everyone is doing good. Great. Okay. So now, let us discuss more about our reading comprehension question. I'm under the impression that you people are practicing on RCs. Are you guys practicing? Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yes. So, are you guys practicing or no? Just attending the classes? Oh, thank you, Arvind. Ramandeep, so good evening, and everyone, good evening. Right. So here, practice is important, guys. It's not just like I'm doing good, Usha. Thank you. So I hope you people are doing great. Yes. Right. I want you people to practice, practice, practice. Okay, that is the thing. Not just hearing to class, not just watching the class videos, but you people practically apply whatever we instruct. So then only you people will understand like where you people have problem, why problem, and how you can overcome those things. Okay, so the practical approach is very, very important, guys. Practice more. Don't think that we have attended the classes, now we'll go and give the test. No, don't take that risk here. Okay, so kindly, so what is that, you work, ma'am? Yes. So we'll just go on to the different types of questions. Yesterday we discussed few questions, and in fact this entire week we are just working on reading comprehensions, isn't it? So now today let us work on note completion. Hi, Aman. So, and now I guess everyone could see the screen here, isn't it? Yes. Note completion. Note completion means what? So they would be giving, they will be picking up some idea, and on that idea, you people need to present the notes. Notes in the sense it could be again a blank, like fill in the blanks. It could be you may have to fill in the details there. Okay. So now, so let me share this screen for you people. Let me put it on to the slideshow for more clarity. Good evening, Abhishek. Yes. Now see, note completion I'm taking. So I'm not bothered to see what is the passage. Okay. So what I'm doing, so I'm not bothered to see the passage. What I'm just doing here, I'm just looking at the this one. What is that? Our questions. This is what you people need to do it. Oh, Aman, tomorrow is your exam. All the best. All the best. Kindly follow all these tips. Okay. So, and you will do well. Be positive and you guys will do well. Right. So here the note completion will be something like this. You can see the face of it, how it is. So it will be something like this. Okay. So now I will be doing one part rest of the part you need to do as a assignment. Okay, so now let me give you one hint, like what we'll be having here. So if you see the note completion part, it is just like your, what is that, flow chart, table completion, summary completion. It will be something like that only. So what, first they will have the instructions, and near the instruction you will have the indication on what they are making the notes here. Okay, so you can remember, you can just recall when we are dictating, when we are discussing, or when you are attending some seminars or some this one presentations, what you people do, you make important notes, right? So important notes in the sense what you will be summarizing and putting the concepts, so one after the other. Even here also the same thing, that means important points, okay, they will be putting up here, and that thing only is called note completion or note filling here. So it will be based on some concept. It won't be completely on the entire passage. It will be based on some concept. We need to know what is the concept on which they are making the notes here. So what is that we need to do? As soon as we get the question, so you are not supposed to jump on to these real questions. You need to see the hint, okay? There will be some hint where you can go and refer to only that part of information. Why we are finding the hints here? Because we want to do less reading, isn't it? We don't want to do more reading, or we don't want to read unwanted things here. Now you may be wondering, ma'am, why you are giving that statement, unwanted things? See, why we can say unwanted things? See, if the questions are not based on those information, don't you think that that is unwanted for us, at least for that moment? Because we need to save that time. We need to, what is that, this one, overburdened with passages, time and everything. We can't read everything and anything. Only we need to read what our question is asking. Hence, so therefore, to make the things more easy, approachable, and cut short the time, what we need to do, whenever we get this note completion, summary completion, diagram filling, table completion, flow chart, these things, what you need to do, you need to find the hint. So on what these things, these questions are based here. Okay, only on the basis of that, what we can do, so we can easily find out in which paragraph they are talking that, and that paragraph you need to refer to in detail. Okay, because from there only they will be giving you the ideas here. So now what we have here, you will be seeing that global wealth distribution. They are making the notes on what? Global wealth distribution. So get back here and see where they are talking about the global wealth distribution. Just find out. Where it is. A new report from World Institute, this. You're finding only that particular idea, global wealth distribution. Okay, so global wealth distribution means how the wealth in the world is distributed. Shows that wealth creation is remarkable, and one might say that criminally unequal. Okay, follow this hierarchy at the top of the wealth pyramid. Yeah, here they are trying to talk about the global wealth distribution. That means the first part only of the passage is speaking about the global wealth distribution here, isn't it? So now your reference point is what? So this particular thing. So now what we need to do? So let us try to get back to our question. According to a UN report, the world's wealth distribution is drastically dashed. So now what is that? We have a UN report, because you need to only focus here the information presented by the UN report. According to a UN report, the world's wealth is distributed in some drastic, some dramatic way. So what is that particular thing? Get back and see. Tell me, go get through and tell me where it is. Yeah, I need the answers. Guys, I need each one of you to answer. Now, if you see here, A new report from the World Institute of Development Economic Research of the United Nations. United Nations is UN. That means this is a report from UN, okay, shows that wealth creation is remarkable. One might say criminally unequal. Criminally unequal means that drastically, dramatically, that means whatever the wealth creation, that means the wealth is created, right? It is criminally unequal. That means it is drastically unequal. Now you may think, ma'am, there they are talking about wealth creation. Here we are talking about wealth distribution. It's all in the same context. No? Wealth creation means how much wealth I have created, how much wealth you have created. Okay, that is nothing but the distribution of the wealth among the citizens. So therefore, they will try to change the words in such way. So what should be the answer here? So the answer here should be, tell me, what should be the answer? Unequal, isn't it? We do have this thing here. Very nicely they are saying. Now what happens, where you people will get trapped, who criminally. We know only the one use of criminally, isn't it? Criminal means that the one who performs a bad thing. But actually, it can be used in any context. Okay, criminally means something extreme. So, and here drastic is also what? Something extreme here. So, if we have something extreme, so there also something extreme. And also, guys, remember, if you mark the keywords here, do you think you people will get the answer here? Just if you go by the keywords, do you think you get the answer? Like, for example, their wealth distribution, here wealth creation, there dramatically, it is there drastically. No. So what you need to do, and also UN they have given, but here United Nations, complete thing they have given. So what we need to be smart enough here. Okay. So here not just this one, what is that? Smart work is required. Okay, so therefore be careful. You need to understand the question idea here. Now, since it is note completion, it follows in sequence, and one after the other sentence it will be going. In 2000, okay, the wealthiest 1% had 40% of global wealth, while 10% owns something. Okay, so what is that? In 2000, what happened? The wealthiest, the superlative year. That means the richest people had 1% of, 1% had 40%, it seems, of global wealth. That means richest, 1% of the richest people had 40% of global wealth, while 10% people had how much of wealth. So that you need to identify. Let's get back to this one and see. Go for the next question. Here, next sentence. Follow this hierarchy at the top of the wealth pyramid. Okay. So, and I could see the answers flowing on. Very good, guys. The richest 1%. See, richest, there they had given wealthiest. 1% of adults alone owned 40% of the global assets in the year 2000. That first part they have given. The richest 2% owned how much? Half of the global. That means the richest 2% owned 50% of the global wealth, whereas the richest 10% of adults owned what? So 85%. So therefore, what should be the answer here? 85%. What should be the answer here? 85%. What is the trap they have given? We have 2% also and 10% also, isn't it? So don't get confused here. So the 10% of the richest people will have what? 85% of the world total. So that means what? So here it has to be what? 85%. Isn't it easy? Isn't it? Now, in contrast, that means in just contra, just 1% of riches was shared by the dash. So in contrast, say for the wealthiest people, this was the distribution. In just opposite to that, what is happening here? We had 1% of riches, which was shared by whom? Something. That means whatever the total riches we had, in that 1% was shared by someone. Let us try to see. Do we have to get back to the previous slides that we had read? No, right? We should not. Why? Because we know what was happening there. So now from here we need to read that leaves very little for the remaining 90% of the global population. Could it be any worse? So yes, the rich are still getting richer, and this they are not talking about anything. As to the world's lower class, the bottom half of the world's adult population owned barely 1% of the global wealth. Now here they are saying, ooh, old. Yeah, adult population. Everywhere adult only is having the this one riches. But what adult population? Bottom half of the world's population. That means people who are under the lower class. Okay. That means bottom half of the world's population is owning just 1% of the global wealth. Yeah, here what was the problem? Picking of right word. Adult population, guys, you think why you people are talking about adult population? Here also 10% adult only we are having. So here this 1% of adult, 2% of adults only. So property holding will be in the hands of adults only, isn't it? So how can we give the adult population? They're asking indirectly which class is having this. Okay. So therefore, you can say bottom half of the world's adult population. So therefore, bottom half so of the world's adult population, they have this 1% of global wealth. Okay. So now you just try to see here. In contrast, just 1% of riches was shared by, we know that no more than 2 words. So therefore, what it should be? It should be bottom half. What it should be? It should be bottom half. Okay. Now, more than 1 billion people survive on less than $1 daily. Now, the next thing they are saying what? So, more than billion people survive on less than $1 billion daily. Poverty causes the death of more than dash children annually. So now they are saying poverty causes the death of more than dash children annually, it seems. So now check it out. Poverty causes, so how many, death of how many children? 10 million? Yes, you can see here. 30,000 died due to poverty. That's over 10 million children killed by poverty every year. Now you may get, there is a distractor. What is the distractor? Every day, according to UNICEF, 30,000 children die due to poverty. That's over 10 million children. That means 30,000 children in a day. But they're asking annually. Annually in the sense per year. Now you may get confused whether to use 30,000 or 10 million. If you would have read the question properly, the question is asking annually. Annually means what? Yearly. So therefore, what you need to do here, which number you need to take? It is 10 million. That's over 10 million children killed by poverty every year. Okay. So annually it is 10 million children. So therefore, what is the answer here? So it should be 10 million. Okay. What is it? So you need to take it as 10 million. Got it, guys? Any doubt you people have in this? Is the thing clear? Now, I'll repeat the step that you people need to do. Don't bother what the passage is. So if it is note completion, if it is table completion, if it is your what is that summary completion, if it is so any of the flow chart, what, or diagram, even for diagram also, what you need to do, you need to straight away come to the question, read the instructions compulsorily, and after reading the instructions you will have a clue in the form of heading. Okay, that heading you need to see, and that heading you kind of find out in the paragraph where they are talking about it. Okay, so once you find, so where it is, where it is found, so what you can do, so you can refer that particular paragraph, and when you're referring there, so you may have to go through the complete paragraph. Why? Because the questions would go in sequence there. Okay, so the questions would not be wandering off, but rather it will go in sequence there. So now you need to get back to the question, you need to understand the question idea, and once you understand the question idea, get back to that particular paragraph where you had this heading. So then you start going through, and the answers you pick it up properly. You may be confused to use many words. No. So what is important? What is missing? The meaningful fill up, you need to pick it up. Okay, that's very, very, very important, because many times what we see, students will pick up the right spot, but when they present the answer they will pick up something randomly. Why you guys will pick up randomly that? Because so you would have not analyzed properly what is the requirement of the question, and if you give anything and everything in the answer, your score will go down. Okay, so don't commit these mistakes. Now let me, the next part I want you people to do it as a practice. Now diagram or label completion. This is the next type of question, which is also important, which is also easy, but students will feel it as very complicated. Why? Oh, from where we'll, first of all, finding out in which paragraph they are describing this is a big deal. Why? We all think that we don't use basically our minds when we do the passage, because why? We'll be nervous, and we'll just be in the tension, and we feel that, and also I don't know why we'll be in the tension. So because tension will not give us any kind of extra scores, so we need to be calm headed here. Now whenever you get a diagram, so you people would have seen in your textbooks and all, the diagram, do you think that the diagram will be described throughout the lesson? No, right? There will be one particular paragraph or two particular paragraphh where this diagram will be described, isn't it? They won't be describing it throughout the passage. That means what? Here also we'll be having, so one or two paragraph dedicated for your description. Okay, so what we'll be having here also, will be having one or two paragraph dedicated. First and foremost thing, what you need to do, you need to see what is the description of the paragraph, get back to the passage, locate where they are describing this, and then accordingly read that thing in detail. Okay, now here what you're doing, you're not going back to the diagram. You're referring the diagram and you're reading that spot in detail, and accordingly you're filling up the blanks here. For example, now I have a thing here. This is the thing we have. Before you go to the diagram description, understand what is happening in the diagram. Don't just randomly jump on to the paragraph. You see what is happening, where we have blanks, what is happening. You can see here the diagram below and read the instructions also. The diagram below shows how copper sulfate can be made using simple laboratory experiment. Choose no more than 3 words or a number from the passage for each of the thing here. Now what is that we are supposed to do? We need to choose the right word, and we should not have more than 3 words or just a number. What is happening here? You can see something in the bold letters, and below that the process is happening. That means it can be the name of the process here, isn't it? Reaction, concentration, all these things could be the name of the process. That means we may have so another two process name. Okay. And then we can see something is going in, which is eat it. Okay. So what is that going in? So the 20 centimeters of dilute sulfuric acid. And also something is filtered in the funnel, and the remaining is there. So in this blood, this one, and then ultimately we need to know what is the next process, and some crystals are down here. This is the image. You need to learn the image, get back to the passage, because it is just the practice. We have given the direct, otherwise you would have to search first in the passage in which paragraph they are talking about this. Now get back to every sentence here. Now, it is essential. We know that what are the things that we need to find. One is the two steps we need to find. One step is after reaction, another one after concentration. The other blanks, what is going into the tumbler of the sulfuric acid, then what is filtered and what is left over in the watch classes, and then what is left in the crystals. This is the idea we have gained here. When you people read it, try to see the same thing. This experiment is divided into 4 distinct sections. The first reaction stage, okay, is when a glass beaker is placed on the top of a tripod and 28 this posed into it. The acid is then heated. When it is almost boiling, a small quantity of copper oxide powder is added to the beaker. So what should be added here? I could see Anish and all giving the answer. Copper oxide powder. You can see that. So there is a sulfuric acid that is boiling, and in that what they are adding? Copper oxide powder. So your third blank is what? Copper oxide powder. From this, what do you understand, guys? We won't get in sequence the blanks. Okay, you should not get worried. Oh, why I'm getting here? Why it is not first one? Why it is going something in a random way? This will happen. Be open to this thing. Okay, so you, what is that? Don't worry, just you see the picture and just follow what is happening. So the third answer is what? Copper oxide powder. Next thing. So what is that? After that is added, the mixture is then stirred spatula until this dissolved. This process is then repeated until 1 gram powder has been added to the sulfuric. The heat is then removed from the beaker and the solution allowed to cool. The second stage is the filtration stage. So we had a blank for the stage now. So the first one will become what? Your filtration stage, isn't it? The first one is your filtration stage. Getting it? After reaction stage, we had filtration stage. Okay, fine. Now let's see what is happening in the filtration stage. Why? Because we have 2 blanks related to filtration stage. So what is going in here and what is happening here? Okay. Now, allowed to cool the second stage, and as the is where a filter and conical flask are used to remove any copper oxide that has not reacted. So what they are doing here, they are removing copper oxide. So in the filter, what should be there? Remove copper oxide. The unmixed copper oxide is mixed here. Okay. So yes, copper oxide could be the right answer. And fourth one is copper oxide. Even you can write it as remove copper oxide is also fine thing. Then what is there in the watch classes? A copper sulfate solution will be left in the glass dish. So yeah, so you can write a copper sulfate solution will be left in what? Glass dish. These are the glass dishes. What is left here? Copper sulfate solution. So the fifth one is what? Copper sulfate solution. Write the full word solution. Don't write SOL, SOLN. No, you need to write complete words here. Okay. Then what happens? The third stage is where it is applied the copper sulfate solution in order to concentrate the solution. The concentrate stage. Okay, we are done that. The final crystallization stage happens when the solution begins to cool. So what is the final stage? It is crystallization. Second step, this one. Second number is what? Crystallization. And what is happening in crystallization? You see that copper sulfate crystals start to form. The fifth one, what are the crystals we have? Copper sulfate solutions. Okay, so this is the thing we basically have. So guys, got it how to do the diagram? Any doubts you people have on this? Okay, I'll tell the answer. First one is filtration. Second one is crystallization. Third one is copper sulfate solution. Fourth one is copper oxide or remove copper oxide. And the fifth one is copper sulfate solution. And then here we have copper sulfate crystals. Getting it? Okay. Did you understand how you need to go through? It is so simple. Ma'am, as the reaction and concentration are in uppercase. So, yes. So, your this one, filtration and crystallization should be in uppercase. Very nice observation. Very good. Because they have given reaction and concentration in uppercase. Definitely, your first and second answer should be in what? Uppercase. Why? Because they are acting like headings, isn't it? So therefore, it has to be in your this one. Okay. Right. Now, you guys will do this, or we want you to, should we do here? Just understand the, this one, what is that? Picture here. We have, okay. So you will do, brain is always like you people would have studied. So try to do it. I'll go for the most important question. What is that? So match the headings there. Okay. So matching heading. Many of you will get stuck in this matching heading, isn't it? Yes or no? So you people will get stuck here, isn't it? So matching headings. Why you will get stuck? Because you do over reading. Matching headings means what? When we give title, so if you have to give a title to a party, to a movie, or to anything, so you will be basically summarizing the theme, isn't it? Some main idea. You will be finding out the complete main idea. Depending upon the main idea, you will be giving the name here, isn't it? So why do we have bachelor's in engineering? Why can't we have bachelor's in arts for engineering degree? Now you may be laughing at me. Ma'am, it's a very simple thing. Now in engineering, we'll study technical thing. So only we give the name bachelor's in engineering. Whereas in arts, we'll be doing art study. So art-based study, it could be history, it could be political science, etc. So therefore, we give the thing. That means non-technical subject it is. That's the reason we pick up this. Isn't it? This is the thing you people will feel. That means what? Relevance. So on the basis of relevance, we give the name here. Okay. So we won't just randomly give name to anything and everything. Even So when you talk about matching the headings also, what you are doing basically in matching the headings, you are kind of giving the names for each paragraph. What you are doing, you are trying to give the name for each paragraph. And how can you give the name for each paragraph? You can give the name only when you understand what is the main idea. And in the beginning of the this one reading comprehension, I had narrated that in one paragraph one particular idea will be described, isn't it? In one paragraph we'll have one idea only, and where that idea will be there, usually that idea is presented in first sentence and last sentence. So therefore we recommend you people to read the first sentence and last sentence in detail. When you read this first sentence and last sentence in detail, you will come to know the main idea discussed in each paragraph. And when you get the main idea, so that main idea, come and check it out with the headings here. Okay, let us try to see here. Now, here what you need to do, you should not look at the options in the beginning. Okay, whenever you are doing matching the headings, don't look at the options in the beginning. Just go for the passage here. Okay, so and try to read the first sentence and last sentence. That process is known as what? Skimming process. By chance, if you people are not comfortable with this skimming, what I would suggest is first sentence and last sentence you try to read in detail, while mid of the paragraph you just glance it. That means mid of the paragraph you do scanning process, whereas the first sentence and last sentence you do the skimming process. That means read them in detail. So now we need to give heading for the first paragraph. Okay, so let us see what is happening in the first paragraph. The Yoruba people of Nigeria classify their towns into two ways. What is happening here? They are classifying the towns, it seems. What they are doing, I'm just reading the first sentence. The Yoruba people of Nigeria classify their towns into two ways. That means classifications of town is what they are described. There is no typical Yoruba town, but some features are common to most towns. That means we don't have any particular Yoruba based town. Yeah, we have some common features that is related to most towns. That means here they are talking about what? So the classifications so of the Yoruba towns. What we want here, so they are trying to see the classification of the Yoruba towns. This is what they are trying to see. But however, if you people are doubtful, just have a glance at the mid of the paragraph. What is that? Permanent towns with their own government are called as Ilu, whereas temporary settlements, so set up in the country, it is called as Abba. They are further describing the classification. Although Ilu tend to be larger than Abba, the distinction is not of one size. That means they are further explaining that classification only. So only I said, no need of what is that reading the mid of the paragraph. Why? It will be kind of confusion, because you'll come across different words. You may feel okay, they may be talking about this or that, but you leave the main idea there. So you know here the first paragraph is mainly talking about the classifications of the town. Let us go and see what is matching with your this one. Town facilities. Are they talking about town facilities? Guys, are they talking about town facility? No, right? Are they talking about colonization? What is colonization? British coming and occupying and ruling, that is called colonization. So they are not talking anything about that. Urban divisions. Urban divisions are divisions and classification. You may get confused. But are they talking about the city divisions here? They're talking about the towns are classified here, isn't it? So the towns are classified. Therefore, that also cannot be your answer. So architectural home styles, are they speaking about anything home style here? No. Types of settlements? They are talking about what? Classifications of the towns. Settlement is what? Living there. The type of livings, where the town settlements it is. So it could be the answer. However, see the other things also. Historical foundation. Are they talking about any historical foundations? No. So domestic arrangements? No. City defenses? No. The resident, the residences. Why domestic arrangement? Domestic arrangement means house. The arrangement of that we can refer to as domestic arrangement. But here it is not talking about. Only they are talking about town classification, isn't it? So we won't take seventh one. The residence of the rulers. Here we are not talking about any rulers. Government buildings? No. Yeah, Arvind, tell me. You can just share your question here. Therefore, the answer would be what? So the types of settlements. Yes. So the answer is what? 5. What is that? The type of settlement. Yes. Now, let us see the next paragraph. Okay. This is out. So if you read the first sentence, last sentence only, you people will get the main, this one, answers. Now, let us try to see the next thing. In the 19th century, most towns were heavily fortified, and the foundations of these walls are sometimes visible. But they are talking about something of the past. Okay. So, what is that? We have in the 19th century, most towns were heavily fortified, it seems. That means they were having the forts, and the foundation of these walls are still visible. That means they are talking about the past year. Okay. The market was usually next to the local ruler's palace. That means they are talking about the palace time, and there they are describing where the markets were. So basically what they are doing, they are talking about the history. I mean, in the past, how the city or how the towns were there. So now tell me. So what is that we can see here? Which is the option? Now you people can choose and tell me. I could see the answers flowing in. Yes, it is historical foundations. Very correct. Very good. See, only even we did not glance the mid of the paragraph. Don't you think we are saving time here? Otherwise, if you read completely, let me take you people, now read completely. Collecting tolls to enter and exit through the walls were a major this. The markets were generally located centrally, this. So much of information we have, and this much of information, do you think it is required for us? No, no. So therefore, because we need to give the headings here. So if we have to give the headings, I guess, so it's more than enough to have the first sentence and last sentence, because we all know that the main idea is present in the first sentence and the last sentence, while the mid of the paragraph will just be an explanation here. Okay. Not just these paragraphs. You take any paragraph, the same situations you will be having. Now, let us see the this one. The palaces were often very large. Here they are talking about the palaces. So the palaces, what? So it was very often, so I mean, large. Often the rulers built two-story house for themselves, using some of the palace grounds for government buildings. Here they are talking about palaces. Palaces are the places where the rulers lived. So, and these rulers, what was the type of houses they had? Two-story buildings, and the remaining palace grounds, what they used for? They used for government buildings. That means it is kind of talking about the rulers' residential places, isn't it? So now tell me. So what is the answer that we can take here? What answer could we take? 9. Yes, very good. Ashu, Angel, Shreya. Yes, Mukta, Simmi. Very good. So, yeah, Sahil, everyone. Very nice. You people are getting the ache of it. Did we read completely? Yeah. Those of who feel we need to read completely, please come out of that illusion. Okay. We don't have to read completely to get the headings here. Okay. Now, let us try to, what is that? Do the D1. Now, D also. The town is divided into different sections. Okay. So, and the town is divided. The town is divided into now different sections. Now, newer developments such as industrial or commercial areas or apartment housing for civil servants tend to be built on the edge of the town. They are dividing the town into different parts. And not only that, there are certain developments that is like industrial, commercial areas, and also there are separate housing facilities for servant tending to build the thing. That means they are talking about how the town now it is classified. Okay, the town is divided, then we are dividing, we have a place for industries, we have a place for civil servants, so everything we have here. So that means a kind of city nature it is not having. So what should be the answer here? Yeah, tell me the answer for this. Is it one, town facilities? Are they talking about facilities or the class, this one, divisions? Don't get confused here. They are talking about the divisions. They are parting it. Some part is given to industry, some part is given to this one, what is that, civil servants. So that means they are talking about the urban divisions, isn't it? So industry and all has come means we need to think that they are talking about urbanization. So it is urban divisions. Okay, so therefore what should be the answer here? Urban divisions. Now E answer. Read the E. Houses are rectangular and either have a country yard in the center of the room. Sorry, guys. Houses are rectangular and either have a country yard in the center or the rooms come off a central corridor. They are describing the houses here, how the houses are constructed here. Okay, so yeah, and also you can see here younger well educated people may have well furnished houses while their older relatives live in mud walled buildings and sleep on mats and on walls. That means here they are talking about the structures of the house, and they are also comparing here the young generations, young well educated generations house with the older generation. So let us see where we have this. The styles, home styles, isn't it? Very good. I could see many answering the right answer. Architectural home styles. What it is? It is architectural home styles. Very nice, guys. Very good. Great. Now, let us go for F paragraph. The builder or the most senior man gets a room either near the entrance or in a two-storied house next to the balcony. Okay, that means they are saying who will get what part of the house here. And then, so if you see any empty room are used as a storage, let out, or if they face the street, used as a shops. So that means they are saying like how the rooms and all is arranged in the house, who is getting what room, so and what is what, which room is used as, which part of the house is used as what, so that is taken. So what should be the thing here? Domestic arrangement, that is 7. Yes, so the answer should be what? 7, domestic arrangements. Very good. Now amenities vary, that means facilities vary here. Okay, access to water and electricity are key political issue. Amenities vary means I may get some facility, you may get some facility, and now for the water and electricity it has become a political issue. So that means what should be the answer? They're talking about the facilities of the town, isn't it? So now we can give the answer as town facility. Okay. So what should be the answer? It should be town facility. Guys, very good. Now you got the hang of them. Yeah, the things what you consider difficult is actually not difficult, isn't it? So it is not difficult. Only you need to give the right approach. So now you people see, you have the techniques with you guys. Practice as much as possible. You need to practice. Use all these practices. Get back to your recordings. Go through them. So practice, okay, and practice more. Even though you will be knowing techniques, you would have understood now. But if you don't practice for another 1-2 days on your reading, you'll forget everything. You will be thinking what we need to do, why we need to do. That will be the condition. That is the reason I am trying to say that you people practice here. Okay. And now tell me, so what are the doubts that you people have? So let me answer all of your doubts. Yes, tell me, what's doubt you guys have? No doubts? Great. Very nice. Very nice, guys. That is what we want, you people. Not only no doubts, you people need to score well. Okay. How can we even, hey, why can't we solve the brain